This is Bobby Cannavale. You're watching Comedy Matters, boy.
Bobby.
Hey, buddy.
How are you, man?
All right, brother.
Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Hey, so I'm here with Bobby Cannavale.
Classier digs this time.
Well, the motherfucker with the hat, man.
Yeah,
You're here
man.
with the hat and
I know.
everything.
Last time we spoke was in Chris's dressing room,
Chris's dressing room.
which is kind of nice, but not like this.
Yeah, at least we didn't have to walk up 6 flights to get here.
That's true. That's true.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I love it. That's my favorite part is watching all the old people walk up the 6 flights of stairs. Asking me where Chris's room is and going 6 flights,
You know,
and then
the
like
guy I
running
was
past
with-
Joan Rivers as she huffs and puffs up the stairs.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
You know, I'm still writing about you. Your performance was so awesome.
Thanks.
But not only did you grasp the character, you went through like a physical change. I mean, I've known you for a long time. You used to be much heavier. Did you lose the weight for this role?
Yeah, well, I knew I had to get in some kind of shape. I've never had a role this big, and it's a very physical role, and I don't work out at all. I don't do anything. No, and so I decided to for this just so I could get a little stamina, and so I've just been continuing to do it.
I mean, first of all, you look amazing, but I mean, you morphed into like some hip hop guy from the Bronx. You remind me of Cypher Sounds, the guy who does Hot 97 in the morning.
Right. Oh, thanks. That's nice. Yeah, I mean, I was definitely had an idea in my head of what the guy should walk like and talk like and sound like. And then actually the physical thing was really just a matter of wanting to have stamina so I can do it 8 times a week because I really, really needed to get into some kind of shape.
So you do that without working out? What's your process?
Oh, now I do. No, I mean, I do this. You know, it's hilarious because I hate to work out. I really do. And I don't do it. I don't belong to a gym. So I found this trainer who does this workout. It's twice a week, 30 minutes. And that's all I'm doing. And I'm not eating pizza and drinking beer. Those are my 2 favorite things in the world. So I haven't had a slice or a beer in 3.5 months.
I wish you could teach me that, man. Pizza, I'm jonesing on pizza.
That's all you got to do. Listen, man, I eat pizza literally every single day, 5 times a week. Monday through Friday, I meet my buddy at 2 o'clock for a slice every day. I haven't done that in 3.5 months, and that's what happens.
So what's he doing? He's eating alone?
He's eating alone, and the guy, ironically, the pizza place is closing. Not because I'm not going. It's fucked up.
Oh, your business.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Are you still in touch with Peter Dinklage?
Yeah, sure.
I haven't seen him in the longest time. What's he doing these days?
I saw him recently. He's got a show on HBO. It's a big hit called The Game of Thrones.
The Game of Thrones?
I don't think there's a the. I just became my mother and put a the in front of something that's not supposed to be there. It's Game of Thrones. And it's, it's about like
You're
wizards.
smoking the marijuana.
Yeah, right. I'm smoking the pot. But it's it's about like knights and castles and dragons and shit and Pete. It's like a fantasy epic thing on HBO.
It's funny because I saw Wallace Shawn tonight, and it's been so many years, but people still talk about The Princess Bride.
I know.
And it's, for me, The Station Agent was such a powerful film with you and Peter Dinklage in it.
Thanks.
It's just, I don't remember a lot of films, but that is a film that stands out in my mind.
Thanks, man.
Had you known him before that film?
A little bit, yeah. I knew him because the guy who wrote and directed the movie had also written and directed a play that Peter was in down in Tribeca. And so about 1.5 years before we started making the movie, I met Pete. Yeah.
Fun guy. I know him originally from Naked Angels.
Yeah, and he had a band. He was the lead singer in a punk band. Yeah, Pete's gangster, man. OG, all the way.
He was in a little film I wrote many years ago called Men Who Dance Where They're Not Supposed to. You know how there are signs in New York like no parking Monday and Wednesday?
Yeah.
I had my artist make a sign, no dancing, Tuesday and Thursday at different hours. And he was a guy who refused to obey the signs. He danced wherever he wanted to.
Telling you, man.
And he got arrested for dancing in a no dancing zone. And it was
Wow, really? And that was Pete?
That was Peter Dinklage.
Hysterical.
Yeah, in his early days.
One-room apartment in Williamsburg before Williamsburg was Williamsburg?
This was back in the 90s. Yeah, it was back in the 90s. Yeah. When I first met him at Naked Angels, before a lot of those guys were famous, and he used to come down. I think I met him originally through Ethan, maybe. He's probably good friends with Ethan.
Friends with Ethan, too, yeah. Yeah, so we're all kind of tight, have been for a long time.
How long have you been involved with the new group?
Well, Wally and I did Hurly Burly together about 6 years ago.
That's right. I remember seeing that. You and Ethan.
And Ethan and Parker Posey. Parker Posey, Hallie Wegman Gross, and Catherine Kellner, yeah.
So, have you done any straight comedy Have you ever done stand-up, by the way? Because you're funny.
No, but thanks. Chris Rock thought I was a comedian. He called me after he saw The Station Agent. He got my number, because famous people can get your number somehow.
I know. I always wondered about that.
When somebody calls you and they're not famous and you don't know who they are, they're like a friend of a friend, you go, how the fuck did you get my number?
Yeah, right.
But when a famous person calls you, you don't even think twice. You're
It's
just like,
Chris.
well, hey,
Yeah, right. It's like you're not gonna say how the fuck. Yeah, Chris Rock.
So Chris got my number and he thought I was a stand-up, but I'm not. I could never do that. That's hard.
So he called you to be in the motherfucker with the hat?
No. He called me back when Station Agent came out to tell me how much he loved the movie, because he told me that when he became really famous, he decided he was going to use his fame to call people whose work he liked to just tell them he liked it. So he called me and to tell me he liked me in the movie a lot and asked me where I came from in my comedy. And I was like, oh, I'm not a comedian. He thought I was a comedian.
That's a great Chris Rock story. You know, I'm doing the book on the 35th anniversary of the comic strip where Chris was discovered by Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Chris is one of the most humble guys that I've ever met.
Yeah, man,
For a star of his magnitude, the dude is humble, man. He just comes from a good place.
Yeah.
And he appreciates other people's work. Obviously, if he called you years ago, what year was The Station Agent?
Yeah, I guess it's about like 6 years now. Yeah. Oh, he's a stand-up guy, man. A real gent and just a real person. A real good guy.
So it's been fun doing this show?
Yeah, 100%.
When it ends in June, what's next for you? What are you going to do?
I don't know, man. I think we're gonna go. I don't know. Hopefully, we'll go a little further with the play, but I don't know yet. I'm job to job, man.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because I got a script for you.
All right, great. It's got a shorter title than the last one, right?
Definitely, absolutely, and a cleaner title too. It was great to see you, Bobby. All the best.